I don't like to fail. I hate failing. It's a clean break, so if for any athlete you want to break a broken bone, it's better than a ligament. So 6 weeks and I'll be back on the bike. This is a good thing in my opinion. If there's anything you want to do, this is it. So I crashed on the last day of Romaniacs, so it's 5 days of racing. We rode averaging 9 hours a day on the bike, between 150 and 200 kilometers a day. And then I go and crash 5 kilometers before the finish line and break my elbow, lacerated arm, Kirsten style. It's okay, it's part of the sport. My mom and my dad always said to me, you can be whatever you want as long as you just set your mind to it. And I think I grew up as a tomboy, you know, and I was breaking bones from a young age and jumping off things, and I think that I had that adrenaline in me from a really young age. My parents tried to get me off motorbikes because I started crashing and breaking bones, but I wasn't really the happiest if I wasn't riding on a motorbike. I always knew at a young age that I wanted to be a professional sportswoman, but motorbikes, I never thought that I could make a career out of it, especially being a woman in a male-dominated sport. And there was no woman doing it back then. And it's actually very sad to see the state that the sport is in the country for women. You don't stand on a podium, you don't get to pop champagne, and you don't get any prize money. You know, you rock up there and these guys instantly look at you like you shouldn't be here. You know, this is not a sport for women, and you put your helmet on and you ride past them, and that's how you earn your respect, and that's how I've earned my respect. My parents always said to me that if you want to prove something, do it out on the race course, and that's what I've done. It stems from emotion and love and passion, and I'm a huge pro-woman activist. You know, women can do anything, if not better. The best way to do it is to show it, and I think we're doing a pretty good job at that. I would say, like, age-wise, I'm probably coming to the end of my career. Being a female, we've just come into our prime now, between your 30s and your 40s. I feel like I'm the strongest I've ever been, but all the injuries over all the years have caught up with me now. You know, I don't recover as quick, my body's sore, and as you get older, you start to realize that there are more important things in life. The only time I got an idea of how I should handle things differently was at the first Momentum She Owns a Success conference about how to handle money. I mean, I was able to go and speak with someone and get some advice, and also hear the other stories from the other ladies the other sportswomen that were there. So yeah, very late in my career. I wish I had, I remember sitting down at that 2 years ago and thinking, and I was looking at the younger athletes that were there, and I was like, they're so lucky they can hear this now, because the 21-year-old me would have done a whole lot of things differently, and it's been a lot of learning over my career, and a lot of things I would have done different, but I've had to learn the hard way. To see the younger generations coming through now, young girls racing and young girls that are racing and beating the boys, it's worth it all. And I think in 20 years' time, when I'm well retired, girls are going to be on the same pay level as guys, and then I'll know it was all worth it.